You know, Spirit is constantly around wanting to connect with us. And if we are busy, we can miss the signs and synchronicities. Now, I'm sure you all know that when the universe has something for us, like a lesson, and we miss the lesson, it will happen over and over again. And again, if we miss the signs and the synchronicities, well, guess what? Bang, straight in our face, and it might put us in a situation that we cannot avoid, and it may be something that makes us very uncomfortable. So this is what Spirit wants you to know, and it's something that you really want to listen to, because it's almost like the final chance for you to take this message. And when you receive this message today, have a think about what's been happening in your life recently, you know, over the last few weeks, few months, potentially few years, and then realize why you need to hear this, because it's something that it's almost like the final chance for you to hear it so that you can take it on board, learn that lesson, and keep moving. So tune in. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all those YouTube algorithm things. Remembering this is a general reading, and let's get started. Okay, this is for the beautiful wings for the reading number 1. Let's see what Spirit needs you to know. All right. Courage. All right. Your first card is courage. I really feel like you've been brave though, right? I really feel like you've been brave. There's been some things that have been really unsettling of late. And I can feel into your energy, and this is just almost a confirmation that you're on the right track, because it almost feels like, you know, and remember, this is a general reading, but I feel like some of you have been going, why me, you know, and screaming into the pillow and jumping up and down and those type of things when nobody's looking. But Spirit's here to show you that they are here and they know you've been strong. Now, the beauty about being strong is that you can face up to life, you can face up to situations, you can face up to conversations and all those things with strength and that unshakable faith in yourself that you are enough. And you are feeling this way, which is great. The downside to that is it can be a little bit lonely when people don't see you for who you are or realize what you've been through, and there's a bit of that going on. But in saying all of that, you really are on the right track and you're making the right move. So there's a little bit of confirmation there for you, because if you've been in a situation where you're not sure what to do next, Spirit's here just to say, keep doing what you're doing. I don't feel like you need to make a big decision or a big move at this stage. It's more like just the little steps each day that you've been doing is on the right track, and just keep that up. Let me get a bit more information. I'm going to pull another deck here and see what's going on with you. I really like your style. I really like how you've been holding yourself. It's almost like you're letting yourself break when no one's watching, and I get that. I do that too, you see. But you're allowed now to say in a real matter-of-fact way what's going on for you, because you're keeping yourself together around people and you're giving them a misconception on what's happening for you, and you're allowed to express your vulnerabilities. Look, you don't have to show them if you don't want to, if that's uncomfortable for you. You haven't been trained that way. but you can certainly discuss it and say how you're feeling. And as an adult, it's really important that we show the younger generations that it is okay to share and show how our vulnerabilities and how we're feeling in a safe space. It's almost like you're demanding that safe space at the moment, which is really cool. It's really cool. But also bring the information as to why. Because it's almost like you've been holding yourself together for so long that if you come out now and sort of go, this is how I'm feeling, it might take people aback. Like they're going, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I didn't see that coming. So just give them the benefit of the doubt that it's not that they're not supportive. It's just that you haven't given them enough information. So there's a little bit of shock as the reaction around this. So just tread lightly and just slowly and honestly share your secrets. That's what it feels like. It's like you're sharing your secrets, your inner self. It's something you've kept very close to you because growing up it's been hard for you guys to express how you're feeling. It's very interesting. I'm of an Italian descent, and growing up we very much share every single emotion. And I know that, you know, growing up I'd have friends over and there was a lot of yelling and screaming, but we were never fighting. We were just talking. We were very passionate, and whatever emotion we were feeling, everybody would know. And it was really funny because of that rawness and that authenticity. I would have friends coming back over and over again. My mum would end up giving us all jobs. Like she'll go, okay, Connie, you do the vacuuming, and your friend can dust, and your other friend can clean the windows and stuff like that. And I'd be like really embarrassed and mortified that my friends had to do the work. But they loved it and they would come back. So it's almost like, you know, when there's boundaries that are given for people, when people are around you and you're giving them the truth of the situation, you can almost reinvent the relationships in your life. I'll just fix my camera. It's a bit it's a bit, that'll do. But when you start really giving people boundaries and letting them know what's acceptable and explaining how you're actually feeling, just, you know, bit by bit, day by day, it's going to be a much safer world for you. And you know what? You are the creator of your universe. So create it. Create it. Stop hiding away and feeling ashamed of your emotions when it's just how you feel. So feel it and share it, because you can have the well-deserved reward. The thing is, you've held yourself together for long enough. And the reward is to be understood. And if you follow my page, you'll see that I just put a post up recently saying that the number one human need is to be understood. And there's an aspect that you've been quite the warrior, you know, going through life like you're the only one getting things done, or you're the only one that knows how to do things. And it's not true. Let your loved ones in, because Spirit is here to say that it's almost like at times they're on a different wavelength and they're not on your wavelength because they don't get it, because they haven't got enough information, because you're withholding your heart, you're withholding yourself from them, and all they want is you. So share you. Just bit by bit. You don't have to do it big. It just has to be like a little creep every day of sharing a little bit more of yourself, and maybe a little story about something that you went through growing up, or something that you did with your family or your parents, or something that happened to you that you thought changed your life. And, you know, just those little things that you keep, little nuggets of information that you keep to yourself as if they don't matter or if it's your business. But if somebody in a relationship or in your world knew that, they would understand you even more. And it's been quite a struggle for you to explain who you are. You can see through people. You can see them and you know who they are by just what type of person they are, what they need from you, if you want to be around them, that type of thing. But it's safe for you to start really tapping into who you've become, where you've been, and share that. Share you. And I just want to get a final card. Spirit's just almost, those wings, the number one that you chose, those wings are like wrapped around you. They're bloody beautiful. I'm feeling the warmth, and I'm feeling you receiving this message from Spirit really lovely too. So that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. I don't tend to feel into how these messages are received, which is interesting, but today I really am. I'm really feeling into you being really appreciative, like something has shifted because now you hear what Spirit's been trying to show you, but you've been scared to do. Or you've just been too busy to hear that message. That's all. But you've got this. And just to finish, of course it is, the universe. What did I say? This is your universe. You create your universe. And that is confirmation that this message is especially for you. And that is your beautiful message for those lovely angel wings that are wrapped around you right now. Halo, halo. Were you drawn to the gorgeous halo in the middle? Oh my Lord, how gorgeous is it? It just makes me feel so magical when I see halos. So if you were drawn to the halo, I know that you're looking for magic. You're looking for that wonderment. Is that the word? Wonderment? In life. There's something that you're daydreaming about. And I love that. I love that. And it's not something that's tripping you up. So I feel like you can drift off really easily into your mind of creation and you just hang out there. So, you know, be very mindful of things like addiction or avoidance, you know, that type of thing where you sort of just drift away and, you know, might take yourself off into a place of substances potentially. Now, that doesn't need to be drugs or alcohol. It can be pokies. It can be prescriptions. It can be a lot of different things that just slip you away from the human existence just for a while. Now, the thing is, you are in the human existence, and I always say that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We're not humans having a spiritual experience, right? So I also know that we've all chosen to be here, right now. Now, there was a time in the last few years, like it took me 10 years to have children, just multiple miscarriages. And finally, when I had my babies, I was like wanting to live a low tox lifestyle, you know, looking at all ingredients in food, putting my little crystals everywhere to, you know, deflect the EMFs and all those, you know, God forbid 5G turning on and all this stuff. And I started getting a little bit obsessive around that sort of stuff. And then I realized, you know what, I signed up to be here. I know that my soul has signed up to be here and now in the age of Aquarius, in the age of technology, all of that. So I can try to escape it or avoid it as much as possible, or I can just have a lifestyle that's in balance and create what I'm going to allow in purely by setting that intention. And I know that's really important for you to hear, because there's something going on with you that you're just almost not of this world. There's something about you that you're so magical, like this unicorn. I met this gorgeous client a couple of weeks ago, and she was so sensitive, and she just felt to me like a magical unicorn, and I'm really feeling her energy. And I know that's with you. I know there's something about you just being so magical that there's so much harshness going on in the world, and you're very mindful of that. Now, the thing is, you are a shining light. And in the darkness, you need to shine that light to help others see the light. So if you focus on all the dark and the toxicness of this world, you'll see so much more of it. But when you realize that you are love, you are light, you will then start shining that, and you'll attract more of that. And people and situations and relationships will start reflecting what you are. So this is a real big reminder from Spirit to say, no matter how dark it gets, keep shining. because you, my friend, are a guiding light. You're a light worker. You've been here many lifetimes, but this lifetime is specifically the one that's going to make all, you know, the ancestral lines, the cords cut of everything that's ever happened to you in the past for future generations. So this is like a really in-depth, deep message from Spirit for you. But it hasn't been a waste. It hasn't been a waste of time. It's been divine timing. And you're ready now to sort of put on your adult shoes and really take a stance to, you know, you used to have this mentality of, you know, what would one person do? But one person changes one person, and that one person might change one person who changes 10, who changes 30, 1,000. You know, we're all connected, and you, my friend, have such a beautiful connection with others, and it's time that you just switch it on. You want to make everybody feel better as they leave you. In every situation, every conversation, you want them to feel better that they had spoken to you, that they had met you, that they bumped into you, that they had coffee with you. That's all you need to do, one by one. And it's just discipline with you, because you've let yourself in the past go off with the fairies. You've let yourself in the past be drifted into those type of obsessions. And it can be just a way of being in a victim mentality. It can be like blaming others, that type of thing. That could be, you know, obsessed in a relationship that is not serving you anymore. Always wanting to please people, scared of rejection, abandonment issues. That type of stuff is very much behind you, because when you start now each day doing something small toward you shining your light, that's what this is about. But it's very much discipline. It may be just that you start taking up yoga once a week. You might start doing meditations, you know, a few times a week. You might cut down on your coffee or any stimulation that really puts you on edge. It's all about the discipline, and it says I can accomplish what I set my mind to, because you're very strong in your mind. Very strong. You doubt how strong you are. Because when you want something, my darling, you go and get it. You just do. You just do. I almost want to just let that sink in for you. Just let that sink in for you, you magical unicorn, you. Let's get another card for you. It's the base chakra. So when we're looking at the base chakra, it's all about security and safety. And it's time that Spirit says, come back into your body, come back here and be present in this world, in this lifetime, in this human existence. Because in our base chakra, it's all about, you know, the roof over our head, the food, the survival. And the number one here is very much about you. One, it's all about, you know, rebirth, starting again, and realizing that you are safe in this world. And by you saying that, you create that, because you are the creator of your destiny. And it doesn't matter what's happened in the past, because when we switch it, and I say this many times, when we switch it to saying what has happened is it's happened for me, not to me. And when you realize that everything that's happened to you has got you to this point where you're ready now to switch and you change, because this is the year planetarily where all the planets are lining up for the truth to come out. There's going to be truth bombs left, right and center, you know, through the media, through the government, through the worlds, through the countries. And years ago, stuff will come to the surface this year planetarily, because we need to clear out the cobwebs. And that's what's going on with you. You got to clear out the stuff that you're holding onto, the skeletons in the closet, whether or not you want to go and speak with somebody professionally just to say, you know, this is stuff that I've gone through and it's been in a cage in my heart, and I'm ready to open it up to let it out like these beautiful doves that just fly free, and I need to have them up and out, and I don't want to escape this anymore. I'll face it because I too choose to be safe in this world. And when you focus on this, this is where you'll meet the right people that will be aligned with you, because your frequency, your vibration will lift. So, you know, you can then shift your focus from things that aren't serving you to lightening your load and doing things like Reiki. You know, being attuned to Reiki is very important because it shifts frequencies and makes you vibrate higher. And in that space, you won't be able to be around low vibrating people for very long. It'll be something that your frequencies won't match. So you'll be at this level and they'll either, you know, drop away or they'll want to say, what are you doing? How do I feel like that? And then you can, you know, have that type of relationship. Now, I know when I first started empowering clients that I found it difficult sometimes because people would come to me and say, help. And I'd be like, well, hang on a minute. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to empower you to help yourself. And then I'd have clients that would just want me to do all the work. And that's not how this works. Being a light worker, we lead the way, we guide the way, we show them how to do it for themselves. So I switched my order out to the universe and I said, bring clients to me that are ready to do the work. And I would guide them to do it for themselves, and we would shift that low vibing energy of those traumas or whatever they're carrying so that they then could then appreciate who they are and what they've been through and have that gratitude for life and move into those higher frequencies and then be able to clear the low stuff to then be able to be that. And just being that simply helps others. And that's where you're at. You're doing all of this stuff. And if you haven't yet, you're about to, because you're ready. And that, my darling, is your reading for that beautiful halo, you magical unicorn. All right, number 3. This one's got gorgeous wings and a halo. It's a full-blown angel, right? All right, let's tune into you. Okay, what's going on? What spirit needs you to know? And I feel like this is something definitely that they've been trying to tell you for some time. I feel like you've got some really talented spiritual gifts that you haven't been bringing to the world to your full potential. So some of you may be healers already or you know, doing this type of work to help people really tap into healing. It's healing work, right? Now, you may be just in that profession. You may be a nurse, you may be a counsellor, you may be a hairdresser even, you know, because hairdressers I find are very, very good at counselling. You know, that type of thing. There's an aspect to your profession. Now, if you don't work, this is just something you have naturally, because I know you're an empath and I know that the spiritual gifts here are ready to awaken to the next level. So if you're already doing this type of work, it's time you branch out. It's time that you really get to the masses. So whether you're doing one-on-ones, it's now time to do groups. If you're doing groups, it's time to go to the collective or to work with others to enhance your reach. Patience. Patience is the card that I pull for you. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So I feel like you've already got this and received this message from Spirit, right? But you're feeling like it's not going quick enough. I get it. I feel that way a lot. I'm like, come on. I've got this idea and I know the people need it and I know they want it and I know it's going to happen, but why isn't it happening? And that's the energy I'm getting here with this patience card. Now, when we trust, when we have this patience, the thing is, hear yourself when you talk to others, because your words are so wise and you're still not getting it for you. And that's your message from Spirit today. They're bringing in the fact that you've already got what you're sharing is for you. Now, I train a lot of people in intuition and connection with Spirit and mediumship and Reiki, okay? So healing modalities. connection with spirit. And they get to the point where they want more and they want more and they want more. And it's like, well, no, your next level now is to share it with others, because when you share it, you learn so much more. I personally can teach you a certain amount, but when you're next level, that's when you need to start sharing it. And that's where you are, my gorgeous friends. You are at next level where you need to share it to bigger crowds, to the collective, you know, whether it's that you've just not done it yet and it just might be to one person, and that's enough for now. But if you've just been doing one-on-ones, it's now to groups, classes, workshops, and you think about what you know already and what you can bring. So for instance, if you work in aged care, for example, you may very well deal with people with dementia. So you might want to bring a circle for people that want to come together, you know, family members of those with dementia, because that's a very lonely space. They need to connect. They need to voice their concerns with others, you know, like one minute your parents know you and remember everything about you, and the next minute they don't even know your name. Like, that's really heartbreaking. But you as an empath and a healer can open space, and holding space is enough. And the thing is making room for people to come and to share how they feel and be understood and realize they're not alone. You know, it could be someone, people that have had past relationships with a narcissist. And we all know, most of us have, right? It'll be a really nice space for people to come and just feel heard and get that bit of self-confidence back. It could be that you just absolutely love embroidery. So you want a circle of people coming together to, you know, have a place to chat and connect. The thing is, over the last few years, we've all been disconnected. We've been told it's dangerous to be together. And the thing is, that's what we do to criminals. We put them in jail and isolate them. And that's a very insane way of punishing somebody. So there's been an aspect to us all being punished for the last few years by being told that we would save people if we isolated, which is a real sad place to have come from. Now we need to reconnect. We need to know that it's safe to be together, because when we together, love breeds, love, love, love. And you are just the epitome of love, just your existence. And you need to share that so other people start feeling that love, feeling accepted, feeling held, feeling soothed. And you will bring that. Could be just a Zoom. It doesn't have to be in person either. It could be just a newsletter. You could actually keep yourself out of it if you don't want to show up with your face. You got the victory and success card. Whatever you choose to do that brings you closer to love is always going to win. So there's something brewing here. I mean, I want you to look at that card again. Victory and success. We're talking about you bringing something. Now, I love running my retreats. I love enhancing people's abilities to share the love, because I want to share love. I want to share my light. I want to empower people, but I'm only one person. And so I want to go and help people get to that confident level to be able to do the work that I am designed to do, so I don't have to do it all myself. And that is you too. So it's like you go and do that and get others to do it. And we just keep bringing the love to this beautiful world, because it is a beautiful world. And the more of us that do this work, the next level this world will come. And sure, we can sit there and watch the news and be totally devastated night after night, or we can create our own news and avoid that and stop giving them the views, stop giving them the attention. Because you know, when a little child plays up and we give them all the attention in the world and they want to play up even more, right? Sometimes if a child's having a meltdown and we choose to ignore them just that one time, they might go, oh, this is not working anymore, and then they change. So maybe if we stop giving all the negative news in the world the attention and start feeding all the positives, we'll get more of that. So if we realize that If you go to a restaurant and you have a bad meal, did you know you tell, not you, but in general, people will tell bad news 7 to 7 different people. Good news, they tell 3 people. That's a little bit effed up, right? That's what they say, studies say. We share bad news 7 times, good news 3 times. So if that's the stats, why don't we all do the good news flat out and avoid the bad news so that we can start changing those stats in this world? Because you are a light worker. And your spiritual gifts are literally expanding. All right, and just to finish off, darling, couldn't have said it any better. Spread your wings. You chose the halo and the wings. And Spirit has been pushing you in the back gently for you to really share your gifts. And you know, a lot of people go, oh, hang on, I've just got to do this course, or I've got to do that, I've got to do this. Oh, bullshit. That's just procrastinating. Procrastination is just fear. It's fear of you getting it wrong. But the thing is, what if you get it right? And Spirit's here to say you will. And look, I'm an empowerment coach. You want to drop me a line? Let's chat. But pretty sure you are too. Pretty sure you are too. And there's no competition out there. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So you're going to get the people that want to connect with you energetically. I'll get my people, you get yours. There's no competition. But it's really nice when we all connect and work together too and collaborate. And that, my darling, is your reading for number 3. Now, please, please, please share that I'm actually going on tour. I'm going on tour in June, and I'm going to Queensland for 10 days where I'm bringing Spirit's messages. I'm doing a day retreat, 2-day retreats, and I'm actually taking part in a retreat as well. It's a 5-day retreat with Redback Fitness in Noosa in Queensland. There's going to be so many laughs and joy and connections, and check out in the description my actual tour. And if it's something you can come to, please do. If not, share with your Queensland tribe, because I really, really, really love connecting and sharing my light so you too can share yours. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be kind to others, but especially be kind to yourself. Peace out.